Well, g'day everyone. Recently I've just been sent this microphone and it's a SYNCO and it's called the SYNCO D-30 and I wanted to thank them for sending it to me. They asked if I'd be interested in trying this out. Now it comes with this great little case. Now at the moment I'm talking through a Sennheiser a6000, so I'll switch over to using this mic once I've been able to show you the mic and then you can hear how it sounds compared to this. So I've just brought it nice and close to me so you get an idea. Plus I'm trying to cut down on the echo in this room. But it does come with this nice little case that fits in. Nice material. You can zip it up and carry it around if you wanted to carry it that way. It also comes with a whole series of attachments. So I'll start just showing you the unit itself. So this is the microphone here. It's got the windsock on it at the moment. I'll just take that off so I can show you. So this is without the windsock on. It comes with a nice shock mount as well, which seems to work really nicely. Takes away all that vibration, etc. I've got it on my a6400, and there's a couple of features why this is really fantastic for that type of for this type of camera actually. The a6400 doesn't have any way of checking your sound output due to the fact there's no headphone socket in this. So this has some amazing little features that I'll discuss soon. So that's how it sort of just screws on. So it comes with this setup like it is, and it comes with a couple of cables. Comes with a Type-C 3.5 TRS cable that connects into your camera, just in your microphone socket. It also comes with this cable too, which is a Type-C TRRS cable. It's a 3.5, which means you can use it for your phones and things like that. If you have an iPhone adapter, you can use this in your iPhone to get sound off that as well, which is really nice. And also you get a USB cable as well that you can plug in to charge this up. Now the charge up time for this is around about 2 hours, and I believe it goes for about 30 hours from that charge as well. One of the great features about this is you have a gain adjustment that you can turn from here. Now it goes from -10 up to 15. So you've got control over your gain by just turning this as well. At the back, you've got a headphone socket as well, which means you can use this to check your output with a camera like the a6400 that doesn't have a headphone socket. That is really critical, and it's sometimes, like I said, if I'm doing an interview and things like that, it does scare me a little bit because I can't really check the audio. Just plugging this in gives me that ability to check how the sound is coming into the microphone, so that is a real advantage to have that built in as it is. It also comes obviously with a windsock as well, and that's a really nice quality windsock that you've got there too. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I've got the SYNCO down here. Because it's connected via USB-C, I've had to connect it sort of this way. Now I'm going to try and keep my mouth in the same sort of position between both the microphones. So I've got the Sennheiser above me, and then I've got the SYNCO down below. At the moment I'm using the Sennheiser. They're going through the Rodecaster Pro. I've turned all the processing off though, so there's no processing coming off this at all. So you're going to hear the raw sound of basically what the microphone will give. So what we'll do now is we'll test both microphones to see how they sound against each other. So I'll do the Sennheiser first. So testing the Sennheiser, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing the Sennheiser, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to switch over to the SYNCO. So this is the SYNCO. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the SYNCO. Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch back to the Sennheiser. So that should give you an idea about how both of these microphones sound. Okay, so this is testing how the audio will sound directly from this. So I've got it on the front of the a6400 here, just to show you how it's sounding. So this is directly into the camera, so we can also have a look and see how that is. So testing the SYNCO mic on the a6400, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I thought I'd bring it outside just to have a test. Now, it's going to be a bit wobbly because this isn't on a gimbal, but it'll give you an idea about how this will sound if we're outside, just to see how this works. And I might also test it from side to side, just so you get an idea about the rejection as well. So we'll do that now. Okay, so I'm just going to see now how this is with rejection. So I'm going to move sort of from side to side and see how it goes when I move to either side, and even behind it that I'll do. So I'll move to the side now. So if I keep talking and move to the side, so I'm just directly at the side now. If I move back to the front, you should be able to hear that now from the front. If I move to this side now, I'll just see how the audio goes, and then I'll try behind. So this is talking directly behind the microphone. I'm right behind it just to see how the rejection is. So let me take you through how this microphone works. I'll show you the specifications and everything. I've switched to the Rode mic now just because it's easy for me to show my desktop. So let me switch over. Now this is the mic itself. So it's called the SYNCO and it's the mic D-30. And it basically has these grill shape here. Now this is meant to improve the audio. So it actually says down here that to achieve better off-axis noise suppression and frequency response, the SYNCO mic D-30 shotgun microphone employs a unique interference tube combined with the acoustic design of the slanting air vents. So you can sort of see that it has these slanting air vents that come through the microphone there. It gives you a little sort of look at how the internal looks of this. The build quality is really excellent in this microphone, like it's all metal. It feels incredibly well made. There is an internal battery in, and I'll sort of talk about that when I sum up in a minute. And then you've got the buttons that you can just press to power on. One more press of this button over here will give you the overdrive, and then you've got your low cut filters that you can press by touching through here as well. Okay, so let's talk about the stepless analog gain dial. You can see the dial there, and I can show you this working. It's very, very smooth, really nice to use, and it'll go from minus 10 dB to 15 dB in that as well. There's also this noise reduction feature that you have. It's got the low cut filter that will have 75 Hertz to 150 Hertz as well, so you can click that on and see if it reduces some hum and things like that, or it might have an air conditioner sound or something like that. It's got the safety protection channel, so it has got this overdrive where if you press the power button once, it gives you an overdrive. Okay, so let's have a look at the specifications to this. It is a back electronic condenser microphone, and the polar pattern is supercardioid. Now that should reject sounds on the side and also at the back, which I showed you before. The frequency response is 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. The dynamic range is 119 dB. The signal to noise is 82 dB. Sensitivity is minus 24 dB, and the maximum SPL is 124 dB. The output independence is 300 ohms, and the low frequency roll-off is 75 Hertz and 150 Hertz to give you that low cut filter as well. The interface is Type C to 3.5 millimeter, and the dimensions are 21.5 times 214 millimeters. And the net weight is 85 grams. So let me sort of sum up this little microphone. The only disadvantage, I suppose, with this is that it doesn't have external batteries that you can recharge and put back in. But the advantage there too is that you don't need to have 48-volt phantom power to charge this up. It will do it on its own. It takes around about 2 hours to charge, and then it will go for about 30 hours. So it should last you a full day of whatever you want to do. If I have any issues with that after usage, I'll let you know about that as well. But that's the really only fault that I can see from this. It'll be interesting to see how the sounds compare when you listen to them. Please let me know down below, and let me know what you think about the audio as well, say between the Sennheiser and this. Remember, the Sennheiser, though, is a much more expensive mic. So that, I suppose, has to be taken into consideration. There's no XLR output in this though, it just works from USB-C, but if you're using this on a camera, that's a great advantage if you're wanting to work with digital. But if you're plugging into, say, boards and soundboards and things like that, you haven't got an XLR cable that you have to take into account as well. But I think as a great sort of travel thing, and I do that a lot when I'm doing weddings and things like that, where I'm interviewing the bride and the groom and people around, this is going to be a great setup that I can travel minimalistically and still have great audio. So if you have any questions, let me know down below. I'd love to know what you think about it all. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.